Hey guys, can you hear me? I just want to see if I was talking about we potentially were topped out. I want to see if we're actually getting topped out right here because we're close to resistance on 3 charts. Dominance is coming down. This chart right here, this is very strong resistance, and I showed you previously in this video right here, this chart right here. This was a lot of support and resistance right here. This was a lot of support, resistance. So if we are going to top out to get a retrace, it will be right around this point. So I just want to do this. I haven't done a live stream in a while, guys, so I thought I would pop one up real quick for just 30 minutes, see what happens. It's weird doing a live stream. It's been so long. Yeah, I get it. He tweets and it pumps, but you know what? Wells are going to take their profit. Doesn't matter. Even if he buys, he talks about it, sends the price up, you know, a Wells going to sell. They're going to take their profit. But again, all this is about is just pointing out 2 charts. 40. If you can't read it, I'll make this bigger. 45,460. If we push up, I think that's likely point to get rejected if we're not already going to get rejected. Let me make this larger so you can see it. I think you can see that. And right here, guys, right here. And take note right here. Look, we found perfect support on this fib channel line right here. This is our support. If this breaks, you know, our next support down below is right here. That is your next support. This is where we topped out right here. I'm just using 2 charts. Obviously, I have plenty of charts, but again, these are just, I want to see what happens real quick. And notice with dominance, guys. Look at dominance. Notice we're caught in this pattern, this right here. Once we hit this, I had this before we got to it, and it's pushing us back down. Remember, if dominance is down, that's bearish for Bitcoin. I need to move this over so you can see what you guys are saying. Hopefully you can hear me. Is my volume on the mic okay? The dollar is coming down. This is your resistance for the dollar right now, and this is your current support. So if we hold support here at 90.81, and the dollar does this, look, if the dollar is coming down, you want to be in Bitcoin. But if we break this and push up, you know, again, Bitcoin will go sideways. It seems like that's what's happening. When the dollar is pushing up, Bitcoin goes sideways. As soon as the dollar drops, Bitcoin skyrockets. And that's what I was talking about, that video I put out. I said Bitcoin could moon. Hey, as soon as the dollar dropped, that's exactly what happened. All right, thanks for the mic check, guys. I know, how long has it been since I did a live stream? What, damn. 2, 3, 4 months. I lose track of time. Yeah, I can load up ETH real quick. Again, this is gonna be a quick live stream, guys, just to see if we're topped out. If we come down, I'm not gonna do this for long. Let me see here. And if you did read my most recent tweet, I'm gonna be doing all new charts. I'm gonna go through each chart, either recreate it or update it. Some of these are beyond updating, soon to be recreated. Ethereum specifically. I have 2 Ethereum charts. Let's see, let's load up this one. All right, this is the white ring we've been bouncing back and forth. So look, if Ethereum pushes up, I'm going to show you two charts. All right. If Ethereum and notice we've been respecting this white fib circle and also this fib channel. Notice right here. So this was resistance. All right, hold on. This was resistance. So look at flip support. Look, resistance, 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 support. So again, your support to watch 1,485. You break that, you're coming down to 12,000. I'm sorry. If you break 1,485, your next support is 1,254, and then you have support around 986 to 932. If we push up, the next resistance, your next closest resistance on this chart to watch, 1,955, and then right around 2,050 if we push up. Let me see what this other chart shows. This is updated. All right, hold on, guys. All right, let me check this chart. I haven't updated the price labels on here, as you can see. Okay, so look, your current resistance or your current support right now is 1,651. If we push up, you know, this is on par with that other one run, 1,839. That's your next resistance above. Your next resistance above your support, 1,650. If we drop, watch 1,474, and then you got a lot of support down here, around 1,361, and potentially 1,000. Well, around 1,200. But I will be updating all of these charts throughout the week and the weekend. But it looks like dominance is coming down, and I don't know. I'm curious to see if we're topped out. Yeah, I've been really busy with some stuff. I finally got caught up, so now I can actually work on the charts, and every once in a while I do some live streams. Actually, the $39 a month is just crypto, so actually includes metals. $39 a month, you get access to Bitcoin, altcoins, precious metals, Discord, and Twitter. And anytime you want to cancel, all you got to do is log into PayPal, click on subscriptions, and remove the one, and email me, and I'll tell you what that is. If you need to cancel or want instruction, just email me, and you can email me through the contact form on the website. Which is right here. And if you have any questions, just feel free to ask me. I answer all emails. But the most important thing, guys, I get it. I've been calling for a crash for the stock market for a while. The stock market keeps pushing up. It is possible. If you watched my previous video, I said that around the end of February, I'm expecting, I think it'll crash. But keep in mind, just like I gave you a ring, and if you've been following me, guys, you know, I said when the dollar hits that ring, the dollar was going to push up. It did exactly that. So if you were long in the dollar, guys, you had an exact point to watch. And when we crossed that ring, it came crashing down. I'm telling you, when we hit that fib channel line on the Dow Jones, we are either going to pump or we're going to dump. So I'm giving you the exact time frame to watch to see if the Dow pumps or dumps. And again, that can help you with your trade with Bitcoin. But guys, follow the dollar. The dollar came down, Bitcoin skyrocketed. So all you have to do is follow. If we hold support right here, if we hold support with the dollar and this pushes up, Bitcoin's probably going to go sideways. That's what it does. Whatever the dollar does, if it's going up or sideways, Bitcoin's kind of going sideways. But if we break the support and the dollar tanks, you want to be in Bitcoin. I say late February. I'm not the only one saying this. Lesio, he's saying the same thing, and I'm not just saying I think in February. I showed you exactly why I think in February. I showed you that those fib channel lines, every time we cross a fib channel line, we either we hit it and get a pump, or we cross it and get a dump. As far as the Dow, I'm just using the Dow to predict when something will happen. I just know that there's a fib channel line coming up. It happens to be right around the same time. Coincidentally, last year, when the stock market crash was late February, we're going to cross that point late February. So, again, we're either going to get one hell of a pump. If we get a pump with the markets, then you want to be long on Bitcoin. If the dollar tanks, be long on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin dominance is up, be long on Bitcoin. But if the market's correct, the dollar just moons and dominance crashes, you probably do not want to be in Bitcoin. Yeah, well, some are consistent. Again, you know, I'm not always right about, whether we have a pump or a dump, but you guys have access to the charts. you know for a fact how accurate these charts are, at least predicting points to get rejected or points to potentially find support. And you guys, you know that they're accurate, at least the ones that have access to the charts, you know that. My bias, you know, you don't have to listen to my bias, but I mean, you buy at support, chances are it holds, it pushes back up, it hits resistance, you know, maybe you get rejected, you take your profit, maybe it pushes through. But it is about making your profit, taking your profit. But the whole point of this is to see if we get above. If we get above this point, 45,460, and the reason I have this up, both these charts show the same price. And I just showed you why this is the case. On this chart right here, you'll notice, again, right here, this yellow, I'll make it a different color so you can tell. I'll make this orange. So right here, this was the last point. Look, this was resistance, this was support, 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 and we're coming up on this right now. So if we push up, a likely point to get rejected, your first point to get rejected around 45,400, you push above that, your next point to get rejected 48,348, and this plays right into this chart right here. Show you the bigger picture of this chart. This is the next fib channel line up. Look how well price respected this fib channel line. This is the great thing about when you create these charts. Look right here. This was resistance, support, 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 resistance. This is the next fib channel line up. If I move this, you can see that. So if we push up, this is likely the point to get rejected and start coming back down. So if you wanted to chance a short, this would be the ideal point to do it. I'm not your financial advisor. It is risky. I'm just saying, look, the charts are showing me that this is likely a point to get rejected, not to crash, just a swing trading, guys. This would be a likely point. I mean, we're right here. We're at 44,861. If we push up, we get topped out at 45,428 before coming down. So I'm saying this is likely a point to come down. If we do drop, you can see this has been very strong support. I mean, this goes back a good ways, guys. Look at this. Look how much, and again, there's so many different angles that you're respecting price. But look right here. This right here was resistance, support, support. Right here, it was support again. Perfect support, actually, right here. You got support right here. And we got support again. And what happened when we broke that support right here? When we broke that support, we came down. So I'm saying that is going to flip as resistance. So look, we pushed above it briefly. Well, actually, this is one below. So that's why I'm saying that's support. This was support and resistance, 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 resistance. So that's what I'm saying. On this chart, if we're topped out here, your next point to catch a bounce, 40,629. Well, I'm just talking about Bitcoin right now, Andres, or whatever your name is, so you probably don't need to be here. But, you know, if Bitcoin goes up, you know, I guess it depends on, you know, dominance. If Bitcoin's pushing up, people probably jumping into Bitcoin. Altcoins typically follow. But if Bitcoin tanks, I imagine altcoins going to tank as well. But again, I just wanted to have the stream up just to see if we do get topped out here. I was talking about it in a post on YouTube, on Twitter. So, well, USD's right here. That's what I was just talking about. I'm getting all these little dots everywhere. So again, this is the dollar right here. This looks like this is probably our support right here. So you could probably expect to move pretty soon. So our support for the dollar is 90.83. This is on the 2 hour. So we might get a move for the dollar in the next 12 hours. So look, support right here. This is your resistance. This is a falling wedge, actually a bullish pattern. But then again, you do have resistance here. So, you know, if we do push up, you got resistance on the wedge, and then you got resistance here. Well, I'm saying, yes, all my charts are for swing trading. You sell at resistance. I'm saying that it's very likely. And again, what I tell you, if you pay attention, when I have multiple charts, like this chart was charted a completely different way than this chart here. This one right here. but it has the same target, 45,400, 45,400. When I have two charts charted different ways showing that this is resistance, then that means this is likely going to be a point you're going to get rejected. And yes, according to this chart, if you're playing this chart, your next support is 40,629. This one over here is 43,216. Again, this is these are for smaller targets. Your next support below is 41,555. This is 40,629. Let's see what this one is below. So basically, this green fib channel line matches up with. Hold on, I got such small windows here, I can't. So right here matches up with right here. But yeah, if we drop, your first point to buy in to catch a bounce is 43,216. If we have a more substantial drop, that's when you load this chart up, and that's where you would get a bounce at 40,629. Does that make sense? The Dow, we did push above that resistance I was talking about by 0.45%, 0.49%. If I was going to chance the Dow, I would do a put on the Dow. But I bet you overnight, I bet you the Dow is going to be in the negative. Again, if you're hodling, you don't even need to pay attention to my channel. I'm about swing trading, guys. This is about buying at support, selling at resistance. That is all I do. I'm not hodling yet. I might hodl after the next drop. Hey, you don't like Peter Schiff because he says negative stuff about your precious Bitcoin, but you know what? All of these hedge funds, all of these big institutional money, these big players jumping into Bitcoin, you think they give a crap if they take your money? You think they're gonna feel bad if you FOMO in and they cash out and you're left holding some worthless Bitcoin? Do you think they care? You think they're gonna feel bad about it? Hell no. Just saying, they're in this to make money. They're not in this to make you rich. They didn't. Grayscale isn't buying all this Bitcoin because they want you to have a Lamborghini. They want you to get in, think it's going up higher and higher, and then the damn thing tanks. Hey, you know what? You can call fiat worthless, but it buys the groceries, it pays the bills. I'd love to see you go to the grocery store and use Bitcoin to buy your groceries. I'm not saying Bitcoin's bad. I'm not saying it can't go to the moon, guys. I made a chart predicting 300,000. Coincidentally, Citibank said the same thing a year after I called that. I'm bullish on Bitcoin long term. I'm just telling you, we have one more drop coming. You don't want to believe it? You don't have to. But that's for another time. All this is about is, are we topped out at 45,460 to come back down and test potentially 40,629? That is a $5,000 drop. You get that, right? No. Again, I'm out because I think we're topped out. And you guys need to do some research. If you go back and look, the highest point the dollar was at in recent times was 9/11. That was the top. That was the peak. Remember, the dollar has cycles just like Bitcoin. On 9/11, before 9/11, the dollar was way the hell up there. Then 9/11 happened. The dollar came down. I don't remember the date when it finally bottomed, but the dollar actually bottomed and has been pushing up ever since. So people keep saying, oh, they're printing money for the stimulus and, the printer goes brr. Well, you know what? The dollar actually is bullish. If you go back and you look at how far back it goes, how far it dropped, and how much it's pushed up, the dollar's pretty bullish, just making a comeback. So don't knock fiat yet, at least not the US dollar. Remember, that's a world currency. Last time when everything tanked, gold tanked, silver tanked, stock market tanked. What did they jump into? The dollar. The dollar pumped. What happened to Bitcoin? Bitcoin got hit hardest. Out of everything that dropped, the Dow dropped 38%, Bitcoin dropped 68%. The dollar is not dead. You're buying into these people. That's what they want you to believe. They want you to believe the dollar is dead. It's going to zero. Bitcoin is a safe haven. Buy in. Everybody else is buying in. Elon's buying. Apple's buying. Why wouldn't you buy in? Because all of these big hedge funds and big institutional money is buying in. You need to buy in. Well, you buy into it, but be prepared when this thing comes crashing down. You lose 50% of what you bought into it. Stop loss is your friend. Learn how to use it. I'm telling you. It's fine to write it up, but I don't trust it one bit, guys. I do not trust it one bit. How low BTC can crash? I have 3 targets. I'll tell you what, my first target is pretty close to the 20 week. You don't need my charts to get access to that. Load up a damn chart on TradingView. Watch a tutorial how to set up the 20 week. Wherever that 20 week moving average is, that is your first line of support. If we break that support, again, in a bull run, every cycle with Bitcoin, we always come down and test the 20 week. To test that 20 week moving average, we still have to drop like 35-40%. If we break that 20 week, that is when lower targets are possible, and I do have those targets mapped out. No, guys, the reason Elon is jumping into Bitcoin is because Elon Musk is broke. He has no money, so he wants to make money off of Bitcoin. That's why he's jumping in Bitcoin. Because the last thing he needs is money. Bitcoin's his only chance to get rich. I mean, really think about it, guys. That's sarcasm, obviously. He's the wealthiest man in the world. Do you think he needs Bitcoin to make money? Do you think he needs more money? You found bugged Bitcoin. All right. If we go 50,000 this week, or even 60,000, the worst will. Hey, I can tell you this. We have not had. Well, we had a 30% correction. Hey, I'm gonna toot my horn. I did call that top. People said, "Oh, you said we were topped out. We were gonna crash." Well, you know, a 30% drop is a pretty substantial drop. I called the top. We had the drop. It pushed back up. We're above our previous high. I called that blue ring. I said that blue ring, watch it. We dropped 20%. You know, it's called swing trading, guys. A lot of these people in here, I don't know if they're trolls or idiots or what. I said, look, this is a point to potentially take your profit. It dropped. You buy it back in, you write it up. That is what it's called, swing trading. I swing trade. Buy at support, sell at resistance. If you're hodling long term, doesn't really make a shit. A top is a bear market. What are you talking about? Look, when price pushes up, you hit resistance. It comes back down. I help show you where your support is. If you notice right here, look what happened. This chart right here, look what happened. We pushed up, went all the way up here. We came back down. Where do we hold support? Right here on this fib channel line. Did anybody else have that point? No. I did, right here. When you came down, you found support. Look, this is your support. If we come back down, if we get topped out at 45,405, your next support needs to hold right here. If it holds, you'll probably push back up to this point. If it does not and it breaks, you will come down, I promise you. Well, not financial advice, you can watch yourself. It'll find support right here and push back up. If it breaks, what I do is I buy at support. If it breaks at support, I sell, I accept my loss. Buy at next support. I make more money because you know what? One of these will hold. It will push up. I'm not just buying and selling blind. I know where to buy and when to sell. A top just means it topped out. Okay, next time I'll say topped out temporarily. It's a gift line, guys. It hit a point. It's going to give you a gift for cheaper Bitcoin. This is it. Look, here's your gift line at 45,405, and then when it comes down to this point, this is where you receive your gift at 43,216. Is that better? Well, thank you, Mike. See, okay. I don't know why you would say that. Whether you're going up, whether you're in a bull market or a bear market, look, when I started charting out, it was a bear market. That we were coming down from 20K. That's why I created these charts in the first place. I wanted to find out how to know where to buy at support, where to sell at resistance, and when to predict the moves. That is what this is, guys. That is what this is. It tells you this is the point. If it's pushing up, this is where you take your profit. If it comes down and hits support, you chance to buy there and hope it holds. If it doesn't, you sell, you buy at next support. There is so much stuff going on right now. Tether is being investigated. I think they're doing whatever they can to get away with it. Eventually, you know, whatever's going to happen with that, something's going to happen eventually. You saw what happened. Was it BitMEX? They came after them. There's a lot of stuff going on. And still, Bitcoin was supposed to be, you know, it was supposed to be decentralized and it was for the people. But you've got, you know, got all these big institutions. You got Grayscale buying all of the Bitcoin. They control the market. They sell. They can sell whenever they want. Take their profit. It drops. They buy back in at a cheaper price. Automatically, the price goes up. They made money buying and selling. On top of that, if they wanted to long and short, I mean, come on, how is that sustainable? This is a zero-sum game. For someone to make money, someone has to lose money. And all of this is probably just actually, you know, they say Tether maybe is backed by a dollar. I think probably backed by a peso. But all of this money that people are losing using leverage is increasing their portfolio to make Tether actually probably pegged to $1. There's a lot of shenanigans going on, but hey, you know what? Again, that's for another video, another time. I just give you support and resistance. Whether I think Bitcoin's going to go to 300, I do think it's possible we hit 300,000 by December 2021. Whether that happens, whether we crash, the charts just give you support and resistance. Yeah, I'm friggin' negative. Again, why you trust Bitcoin so much? Have you not seen the crashes we had in the past? You don't think the stock market's manipulated? You don't think that hedge funds, you heard about the stuff with Robinhood and GameStop? Come on, they stopped it so people could not trade. So these hedge funds, these big institutional money that were crying because they were losing billions, it's rigged in their favor. I'm just saying, use caution. Don't think that Bitcoin is not gonna wreck you. It's gonna, if you're not careful, guys. I'm serious. The further this pushes up, the harder it's going to fall. It is so overdue for a correction. I already looked at Ethereum. But again, I'm going to give this like 15 more minutes. I just want to see if we're topped out here. I do think we are topped out here. I'm not saying to crash, guys. I'm saying I think we are topped out. The reason I say this, dominance is at resistance. The dollar is at support. I have two charts, probably another one, but two charts showing this is resistance. And when I have two charts showing resistance at the same point, that is confirmation for me this is a point to short from. If you want a chance to short, it is your prerogative. It's up to you. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just saying if I was going to short, it would be right here because two charts show this is the top. And I just showed you why that is the case. I'll be right back. Again, I'll be right back, but on the flip side, listen, we're pushing up. On the flip side, this is important. Pay attention. If we push up, a lot of times we'll come up and we will just ignore this like it wasn't even here. This has happened plenty of times. But if we come up and we come back down, then you'll see the magic of these charts because it will hold as support. If that happens, get bullish to your next target up here. Same thing here. If we push above this point, if we push above, right here, I'll move this out of the way. If we push above this point, both these charts, if we push up and hold support, guys, that's where you buy in right here. That is how you play these charts. If you drop, you buy here. If you push above it and you hold support, you buy here, you ride it up. That is how you play the charts. And again, look at dominance. Dominance is another indicator. If dominance breaks above this resistance and pushes up, that is bullish for Bitcoin. That means it's very possible we push up, hold support, and go higher. I'm just trying to show you different indicators you can use to help you actually make, more profitable trades. And your support and resistance levels are already mapped out. Next video I put out, I'm gonna do a damn time lapse of all these charts. I wish I could do it for Chainlink and some others, but I don't know why TradingView doesn't let you do that for certain alts. You can for Ethereum, you can for Litecoin, you can for Bitcoin, but Link, you can't do it for that for some reason. But again, 45,405 to potentially 45,460. Dominance is pushing up. I'm saying this is the point to potentially get rejected. So watch. Watch and see if we hit this point and come back down and test support. That is the point of the stream. So people can see this live. So these charts don't work. You move the lines. You don't know what you're talking about. Bitcoin's in a bull run. You can't trade this. Yeah, you can. That's what resistance levels are for. You hit it, you get rejected. Take your profit. You buy cheaper. Or hell, if you want to use leverage, just short. All right, be right back, guys. All right, guys, I'm back. Let's see what happens here. We're getting close. By the way, I'm having a special today. All right, only during the stream. If you want to access my charts, I'm having a crazy, crazy special. So normally it's $3,000 for 1 month, but just during the stream, it's only $39 a month. So act quick before the end of the stream, all right? If you do want to subscribe and take advantage of those insane savings, no, Kitty, you can't subscribe. There's the link, guys. Yeah, I can't believe I took it down that much, but again, that's a lot of savings. So the dollar is testing that support, all right? So something's going to happen soon. I'm not going to be doing this live stream. I just want you to pay attention to what's going on, all right? Overall, I expect the dollar to continue up. The dollar is correcting. Keep this in mind. When the dollar is pushing up, Bitcoin is going sideways. I think there probably might be more to it. I think a lot of people, I think some of these market makers are making it seem like the dollar, I mean, if you look at the charts, you can see the inverse correlation between the dollar and Bitcoin. I think when the dollar is pushing up, they want to push Bitcoin up so that people think, okay, it has nothing to do with the dollar. But you'll notice when the dollar does drop, Bitcoin skyrockets. Yeah, all you have to do is just go here and pick the one you want. Keep in mind, stocks is separate. Stocks does not include Bitcoin, metals, and alts. Tutorials are separate, and tutorials only teach you how I create these charts. If you want to learn to chart like I do, this is the method I came up with. If you want to learn to chart like me, that is the tutorials. It does not teach you how to trade the charts. It makes you understand the charts. But for $39 a month, reduced from $3,000 a month, you get access to Bitcoins, altcoins, precious metals, and our Discord and my Twitter. So let me just recap. Right now, if you just pay attention, I'm going to give you these numbers, all right? Write these down. If you can get access to find out what the dollar is. If the dollar breaks below 90.90, all right? Let's just say 90.90. If it breaks below that, the dollar is going to break to the downside of this pattern right here. That means Bitcoin will pump further. So pay attention to that. If the dollar, this is a falling wedge, it's a bullish pattern. If the dollar pushes up, Bitcoin's probably going to go sideways and start retracing back down. You can see that we are currently getting rejected right here. This is Bitcoin dominance. We've got rejected here, here, and here. If dominance starts coming down, Bitcoin is going to come down as well. I'm telling you that there is very strong resistance on this chart. Right here, 45,000. Write this down, and then you can see after the stream. See if we get above or get rejected. 45,400. Right around, let's just say 45,500 to potentially, so 45,400 to 45,500. Write that number down. If we hit that point or do not get above that, then we're coming down to test at least, write this down, 43,252 is your first support. If we have a more substantial drop, this chart has been very strong support and resistance. I've shown you this. This is very strong support. So if we come down, a likely point to buy back in to write it up is 40,629. If that breaks, your next strong support down here is 36,226. Need me to repeat any of those? On the flip side, if we push above 45,500 and hold support, that is bullish for Bitcoin to go higher. Those are strong resistance levels. It needs to get above before we go higher. It makes more sense. We get rejected and come down a bit. And again, if you want access, I do have under Bitcoin, if you're doing the $39 a month, I do have a blank DXY chart. And I do have the one that shows the correlation, inverse correlation between Bitcoin and the US dollar. So that's available if you get access to the Bitcoin charts. If you want access to the one that has the ring, and the Dow Jones, you have to pay for stocks to get that. But again, if you wanted a chance to short, if I was using leverage, again, not financial advice, I'm not your financial advisor, if I was going to put in a short on Bitcoin, it would be at 45,500. Tony, it's more to it than that, all right? It has to do with the debt bubble. It has to do with the velocity of money. Research money velocity, research the debt bubble. just Google what causes deflation. I get it. I understand what you're saying with printing money, but actually when they print money, it is backed by debt. But again, if you go back, if you look at that chart, the dollar has been pushing up more and more and more. Awesome. And guys, if you do sign up, it says it right on the website. If you sign up, you have to email me, and I will send you the Discord invite link, and I will send you, well, I'll tell you to follow me on Twitter and tell me what your Twitter handle is, and I'll accept your follow request on Twitter. I do that on Twitter, guys. I do that on Twitter. If you guys have been following me, I keep you updated all the time. I say, look, this is the point we could potentially get rejected, just like I'm doing right now, and I'm showing you. I do this on Twitter daily, if not hourly. I'm saying, look, this is a point to possibly get rejected. This is a point to possibly get rejected. 2 charts are showing this. This is what I would do on Twitter. I mean, live streams, videos, they take time. Making a tweet's pretty easy. It's pretty fast. But I teach you how to use the charts. If you understand how to trade the charts, any other chart you can trade. Whether it's Ethereum, Tezos, ADA, stocks, it's all the same. It's charted out. Your support and resistance levels are already there for you. It's at Optical Art Chart, but again, when somebody sends a request, I just delete it. Unless I get an email from you, I confirm you're subscribed, I verify you are, then I accept your follow request. There ain't no rings on these charts. They're just damn fib channel lines. It's Fibonacci, but they're fib channel lines. And I'm telling you, this is resistance right here. This is resistance right here. 45,000, basically 45,500. I would love for it to push up and get rejected, but it's taking a sweet ass time. Hey John, Bonacci, haven't seen you in a while. By the way, if you notice that you're not a mod, apparently one of my mods were up to some shenanigans, so I had to remove all of my mods. But if I'm gonna start doing more live streams, so I will put you guys back as mods. Bonacci. Look, I have one target. If the dollar goes up as high as I think is possible, the stock market corrects as much more than expected, I do have a target that's below 10,000, but not much. And excuse me, I'm choking on my spit. If you have access to my charts, my buy-in targets are on that chart that says Bitstamp daily moving averages. It's the Bitstamp daily, Bitstamp weekly. It's the one that shows 300, 200, 100. Those are my buy-in targets if we drop. I'll start doing more live streams, guys. But again, I mean, this is pushing up like crazy, guys. We need a healthy retrace. And I'm not talking about the 30% drop we had. I'm talking about we need to test that 20 week. What? It doesn't really matter. I mean, you're looking at this chart on the 2 hour, so you could trade this on the 2 hour. You get rejected here, you come back down, you buy here. If it doesn't hold, you buy here. If that doesn't hold, you buy here. I know this is strong support because, again, you can see over here, this is support and resistance. All of these fib channel lines have been proven to be accurate. If you've been trading this chart, I'm sure a lot of you have been trading this chart. You know how accurate these charts are. Who of you have actually been trading these charts and been profitable? Anybody here? I don't see. I don't get that. Regret selling. If you're hodling, understood. But you're incorrect. I sold when we got to the point I said we were potentially topped out. It dropped 30%. I bought back in 30% lower. That is making more money. That is making you more profitable. When we hit that blue ring, we dropped 20%. I sold at the ring, bought 20% lower. It's swing trading. I swear I don't know if these people are trolls or if they're idiots. No offense if you're an idiot. I just don't understand how you can't grasp the concept of swing trading. Dominance is trying to push above that resistance, you can see, but we did get above it before right here, but it came right back down. Awesome, David. Yep, Alessio said it. He was more generous than me. He said 20% of the people that follow him are idiots. I think it's more like 55-60% that are idiots. He's funny. He said people leave the comments, but you guys that are watching, you're smarter than that. Bullshit. The idiots watch too. They're the idiots that leave the comments. But main thing to take away, even he is saying that possibly late February we could have a crash. I gave you a specific chart showing you why I'm predicting a possible crash. There's a fib channel line and a resistance line. And late February, we're either going to break that resistance or we're going to stay under and cross that line. And if that happens, Dow's coming down. And if the Dow comes down, hey, when one comes down, the others come down. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Yeah, I should let them get to me. I'm just going to assume they're all stupid. Well, it's pushing up. It's obviously bullish. But I'm just saying, use a stop loss. Whatever exchange you're on, just use a stop loss. Learn how to implement a little risk management, guys. That's all I'm saying. And I'm trying to show you we're topped out, but it looks like we're topped out before that point. So do you have any questions? I think late February. Look, if it doesn't crash by late February, and again, full disclosure, just like I gave you a point to pay attention with the dollar index, when we hit that ring, it's possible we would cross that ring and not push up. I thought it was more likely we push up because previous two rings, every time we hit that previous two rings, the dollar pushed up. That's why I said when we hit that next ring, the dollar would push up. It happened right around the 28th. I was saying if the dollar pushed up, it's possible that the markets could come down. That's not what happened, but the dollar did push up. I'm telling you that when the Dow Jones hits that fib channel line, either it's going to get a pump or it's going to cross and get a dump, just like the dollar index played out. So I'm giving you a point to pay attention to. If it pushes up, hey, if the markets push higher, Bitcoin's going to follow suit. Yeah, thanks for being here. But I'm not going to wait forever for this thing to hit. So I'm just going to tell you this. Pay attention. The dollar is in a pattern. It's a falling wedge. This is a bullish pattern, but anything could happen. If we break below 90.90 on the DXY, that means we're breaking out of a structure and the dollar is going to come down. Every time the dollar drops, Bitcoin pumps. The dollar goes up, Bitcoin just kind of goes sideways. If we break this support, be in Bitcoin because you're going to get one hell of a pump. If this drops, you're going to see dominance go up. You can see the price of Bitcoin go up. If we break to the upside, I don't know what the hell this is. If we break to the upside, then it's possible we will retrace back down to one of these lower targets. But pay attention, 45,500. 45,500, guys. I'm saying that is the point to potentially get rejected, not to crash, just to buy in at cheaper prices. Again, they're gift lines. You sell at the gift line and you take your present at the gift line below. Anyways, I'll tell you what, I will make a post if you're not subscribed to the charts and you don't have access to my Twitter. I will keep these windows open and I will make a post on YouTube and show you how these played out in a couple hours. And I'll make a post on Twitter as well. I gotta get rid of all my squigglies. Wish it would just push up right now and hit it and get rejected like I know it will. Here we go. We can test it right now. Alright, there we go. We're coming up on it. Alright. That's what we've been waiting for. Let's see if it plays out. And again, if you have access to the charts, guys, this is the Binance 2.0 BTC USD 51220. And this one right here is the 70220. These are the names of the charts. Names of the charts. Look at dominance. Pushing up, guys. Bitcoin's pushing up. Dominance is pushing up. We just broke this resistance right here on dominance. And we're coming up. Look, all right, we got a little rejection here. Let's see what happens. This is on the 2 hour. Let's go to the 30-minute. Let's see if we get rejected, so I can show you how these charts work live. Dominance is pushing up. And you can tell the dollar is hugging the bottom of this. Haven't made it above it yet. It's trying. If it does just blow right through that resistance, I think I might have some technical difficulties with my live stream. I can already see it now. I'm having some bandwidth issues, but if we get rejected, I think my bandwidth will come back. Smooth. Yeah, that guy's got some issues. All right, we're testing it. Dominance is kicking up, guys, kicking up. Let's see how powerful these fib channel lines are to see if I just look like an idiot right now. Uh-oh. Yeah, my internet's acting up. It's getting a little wonky. It has not gone above. It's testing it right now. Let's see what happens. Dominance is still pushing up. Again, dominance up. If you see dominance pushing up, that is bullish for Bitcoin. But you've got resistance, guys. We have not pushed above it yet. Resistance right here. Resistance right here. Let's see if we get rejected. Well, again, we're going to see if this works. These are two resistance lines. And keep this in mind, guys. I charted this chart here completely different. This chart, completely different. And this is Tether. This is Bitcoin Tether. This one is the Bitstamp chart. I charted both these charts completely different. But they just so happen to have the exact same resistance level. I've had charts that had four charts that had resistance at the same point. When I have four charts showing resistance at the same point, I know for a fact it's coming down. This is just two charts, and I'm pretty confident we're going to come down. You can already see we're retracing back down from this point. Even though dominance is pushing up, we're still getting rejected right here. Let me zoom in. I just want to show you these fib circles and these fib channel lines. And keep in mind, that next video I'll show you these fib channel lines. They have been here for months. They have been here before price actually got here. I mean, when you set up a chart a certain way, you can actually predict months in advance before price even gets to that point where you could possibly get rejected or find support. Months out before price ever gets to it without ever moving a line. What the hell's a daldo? I don't know what a daldo is. Yeah, don't tell me what a daldo is. I'll just assume what you meant. All right. Can you hear? I'm breaking up. Can you make me out? All right, you're gone. It's funny, he's gone, and it'll get rejected right at the line. I do have to kill the stream soon. Let's just see. We got 13 minutes. After 13 minutes, I'm gonna kill the stream. We got 13 minutes and 49 seconds for the next candle. So either we push above it or we drop. I'm not telling you when to buy and sell. I'm just showing you how these charts work. That's it. Hey, don't say that kind of stuff in here. Yeah, the fight's on right at that line. That's not a coincidence, guys. That line's there for a reason. It's not there for decoration. Because that is a take profit point for Wells. Alright, 12 minutes, 51 seconds. But do keep in mind, again, like I said, if we push above this, if we push above it like we are right now, and my internet's getting a little weird, but look, if we do push above this like we are, and we hold support, that is bullish to go higher. Sometimes you will go right through a resistance point. I'm not saying we are, which is weird. Look at Bitstamps pushing up, getting choppy, but Tether isn't moving. Tether is still below this point, hasn't moved, and you can see Bitstamps is pushing up, going up and down. It's kind of interesting. When you have multiple exchanges and you can watch them, you see Coinbase. Like Coinbase will start coming down, while other ones will push up. It's stop hunting, guys. That's all it is stop hunting. Someone has their stop set really tight, they push down, stop them out, it goes right back up. And we'll see. The point of the stream is just to show you the power of the FIP channels, guys. And if you do want to subscribe to these charts, again, here is the link, guys. And I'm telling you, it's discounted today. Normally it's $3,000 a month. Just during the stream, it's $39 a month. So if you want to take advantage of those savings, it's up to you. Yep. Sometimes you got to repeat yourself for it to sink in. I know all of you guys here are really smart and intelligent, but you know, a lot of other people are just not that bright. But you guys are awesome and smart. Love you all. I didn't know he was supposed to. But look at that. Look at Bitstamp pushing up. 45,463 and Tether, oddly enough, since Tether is the one that seems to be manipulating the price, is still sitting at 45,428. Interesting. Dominance is, look at dominance pushing up, coming down, pushing up, coming down. Well, at least on Bitstamp, it looks like they won the battle. Tether is still trying to get above that yellow line. It looks like we're pushing above my resistance. I hear a thunderstorm. My my lights just flickered. All right, dominance is pushing up. Let's see what happens. And let's see if we retrace back down below it. And I bet you that's what's gonna happen. People are FOMOing right now. They're like, Bitcoin's going to the moon. I gotta buy in. Looks like that's almost a break. I thought it was get to the chopper. Get to the shelter. Alright, we're definitely above it on Bitstamp, and I don't know what Tether's doing. I think Tether's a little scared to go higher. Maybe the Attorney General of New York just called. But again, always use Bitcoin dominance, guys. You see Bitcoin dominance pushing up. That is a bullish sign for Bitcoin. And I'll say this. So since we're pushing above that resistance, remember, I have called, let's say this is your resistance above, and people say, we just blew right through your resistance. It doesn't work. And then you know what happens? That resistance I gave you, 45,400, if it doesn't retrace back down below it, what will happen is it'll push up. And then it will hold support. So pay attention. 45,400, 45,500 is a very important level. Even if we push above it, that could flip as support. If that happens, this is where you would buy to ride it up higher. But we have 8 minutes left in this candle. Anything can happen. So I'm going to give it another 9 minutes and see what happens. We could retrace right back down below that point and then go lower or potentially hold support. We'll see. But Bitstamp is pumping. Bitstamp is up almost $100 more than Bitcoin Tether. USD wise, anyways. Well, that's my prediction. 300,000 on December 2021. Peak of the bull run chart. I put that out sometime early 2019. But look what's happening, guys. Look at that wick coming right back down. A lot of volatility with dominance right now, up and down, up and down. All right, we got 6 minutes and 58 seconds. Well, we're going to see what happens in about 6 minutes. Depends on the time frame you're playing. Actually, I have this on the 30-minute. Bitstamp's way above that. I mean, hey, that's looking bullish, guys. That's a strong resistance level. We pushed above it. Dominance is continuing to push up. Bitcoin's going to do what Bitcoin does. Those are points to watch. So if we're above that resistance, Bitcoin pushed above it. But if you retrace and come back down, watch. That'll be your support. It's just so crazy. People buy these pumps, and sometimes it pays off because it'll continue up. But a lot of people buy into these pumps, and as soon as they do, it comes right back down. And you do understand a lot of people do long and short. I mean, they'll look for scalp trading. People use a 15 times leverage, shorting from a certain point, going down $100, $200. Or the long $100 or $200. I mean, a lot of people do that. That's how they make their money. So if I say short, I'm not saying Bitcoin's topped out and it's going down to 3,000 time to short. It's, again, swing trading, scalp trading. 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes. Let's see if this stays above or finds support. But you see dominance is pushing up. And there is support and resistance all over the place. Four minutes and 28 seconds. Let's see if this is an actual pump. Bitstamp's going way up. Dominance is pushing up, guys. That's looking pretty bullish right there. Dominance broke above this trend line right here. Notice this candle right here. The next candle opened, came down, pushed up. Again, I'm showing you dominance up. That's an indicator. Bullish for Bitcoin. I probably need to load up another chart. Well, I do have other charts with resistance above. Hold on one sec. Actually, I do have one chart shows resistance there. This chart here, guys, look at that wick coming back down. This chart right here, if you have access to the charts, and that's why I say always reference different charts. Let me clear these price targets here. So again, if we push up higher, I would say pay attention to this chart right here. So if we came up, you know, this chart right here, this is called the this is the Bitstamp 70220. So if it pushed up, write this number down, guys. Just write this price target down. If we continue up, which it looks like we're coming back down, if you continued up, watch 48,000 as your next resistance. This up here, if we push up, your next resistance level to watch. And you notice how that matches right here? Well, that's the same chart. That's why it matches. I'd have to go through these charts, guys. I'm using two screens here. This one right here, this shows if we push up, look, watch your next resistance. This ring, you notice this ring down here? We found support on it. This happened to be where this 5th channel line was. So if we push up, watch exactly 48,428. So write that down, 48,428. And then your next one above is, well, that's 50,000. All right, looks like we're pushing back down. Again, 45, 42 seconds. Let's see what happens. That's definitely pumping. But I can tell you this, guys, pay attention to the dollar. If the dollar drops, every time the dollar drops, Bitcoin gets one hell of a pump. The dollar starts pushing up, Bitcoin goes sideways. The dollar drops, you get another pump. So if we break to the downside from this this pattern here on the DXY, Bitcoin will pump. That's what it does every time. Again, the dollar up, Bitcoin sideways, dollar down, Bitcoin just blasts off. Yeah, you know what, Gareth? That's not true. People who have charts know that's not true, so you're gone. Yeah, again, I can't load all the charts up, but now that would likely be support. So watch 45,470 to 45,362 and see if that is support now. Your next resistance above is 48,000. So if we continue up, I'd be bullish to 48,000 because that's your next resistance on this chart. And if we go by this chart, the next strong resistance I have up here is going to be, this is $54,854. But again, these are fib channels. They're almost like a fib, they're basically a fib retracement at an angle. Well, again, pay attention to what happens late February, guys. Pay attention late February. I'm not saying this can't push up higher. I'm just saying be ready at any point for this to come crashing down. It's possible. But we did push above this. You can see dominance is pushing up. So look, your current support to watch, 45,500. If we come down, and you can see this is what happened. Look, notice right here, we pushed above this resistance, but it flipped as support, support, support. Same thing happened here. You notice right here, this was resistance. This was support, resistance, pushed up. So I'm just saying, use different charts, the ones that have the closest support and resistance levels. But I'll make a post later and see how it played out. But if they're pumping Bitcoin, Bitcoin's going to push up until they're done pumping it. But eventually it will level off and you will see these support and resistance levels actually do play out. Yes, late February. If you have access to that chart, guys, every time we've crossed the fib channel line, either we don't cross it, we get a pump, or we cross it and we get a dump. The most important thing is to stay below that yellow trend line. We did push above it briefly today, so tomorrow will be interesting to see if we continue higher. Again, I think if I was going to chance it, I'd put a put on the Dow. Yeah, well, my charts are shareable, so if you have access to them, you can save, click the copy icon, you can save the chart as your own. And then once you save the chart as your own, you can edit that chart. So you can change the time frame, add in your own indicators or whatnot. All my charts are shareable. No, I'm not in a trade right now. I didn't expect us to get above this point. But again, that's what I'm saying. If we come down and hold support right here, if we come down and we start holding support right here, dominance continues up, then yes, I would buy here to ride it up. Again, I do not buy into pumps. I only buy at support, guys. I buy at support. You buy at support and then you ride it up. That's the safest way for me to trade without losing money. Obviously, if you buy at support, it might not hold. But, again, you sell, you buy at next support, chances are one's going to hold, it's going to push back up. So I'm more profitable, I lose less that way. So that's how I trade. But guys, I'm going to kill the stream. And again, I will make a post on Twitter how this played out after, and also make a post on YouTube community section. I don't know why you think I don't trade. But yeah, this chart right here, this one is, this is the Coinbase chart. This is the chart I actually trade on. But notice right here, this ring, we got a perfect rejection right here. And people say, well, if you have lines everywhere and you have rings everywhere, eventually it's going to hit one and get rejected. Yeah, maybe, but you can see it pushed up and it stopped right here. So pay attention to this point right here. This is 46,594. If we come down from this point, yeah, that's not a coincidence. 46,594. Yeah, no problem. But yeah, I can say as long as dominance is pushing up, guys, ride this up. But just, use the stop loss and be ready. And pay attention late February. I'll keep you guys updated on Twitter and making videos. But guys, that's it. I'm out. Peace.